Duality versus non-duality. Exploring the path from separation to oneness. Introduction. The dance of perception. In the vast landscape of spiritual thought, duality and non-duality stand as two foundational paradigms that shape how we perceive reality. These concepts influence our understanding of the self, the divine, and the nature of suffering and freedom. While they may appear abstract, they profoundly impact our daily lives, often without us realizing it. So, what do duality and non-duality truly mean? And why does understanding them lead to such transformative insights? The essence of duality. Living through distinctions. Duality is the perspective that the self is separate from everything else. It's a belief in fundamental distinctions between the individual and the universe, body and soul, good and bad. This dualistic lens is foundational to human experience, shaping how we engage with the world. In dualistic perception, our world appears as a tapestry woven from opposing pairs, light and dark, joy and sorrow, self and other. Religious traditions, particularly in the West, often reflect this view. In these frameworks, God is seen as a separate entity to whom individuals pray, seeking connection from a place of distinction. While duality serves a practical role in helping us navigate life, it also brings challenges. Feelings of isolation, fear, and attachment arise from seeing ourselves as separate entities. We begin to define ourselves by external achievements, relationships, and material success, striving to bridge a gap between who we are and who we believe we should be. This constant push and pull can lead to inner conflict, as we long for a sense of completeness that always feels just out of reach. Non-duality, embracing oneness. Non-duality, or Advaita, meaning not two in Sanskrit, is a recognition that beneath apparent distinctions, all is one. In this view, the divisions we perceive, self versus other, individual versus universe, are illusions. What remains is a single, unified essence that some call consciousness, source, or the all. Non-duality does not deny our individual experiences, but reveals that they are interconnected expressions of one underlying reality. Non-dual traditions, particularly in Eastern thought, such as certain schools of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, propose that separations are constructs of the mind, arising from conditioning and habit. To experience non-duality is to dissolve the boundaries of the ego, moving beyond a limited self-perception into a state of pure awareness that embraces all things. Through non-dual awareness, we realize that we are not separate from the world. We are the world. Our experiences, thoughts, and perceptions are seen as manifestations of a single consciousness. This perspective fosters peace, compassion, and a deep sense of unity. As we come to understand that every encounter, every sensation, is a part of the same whole, the journey from duality to non-duality. The path from duality to non-duality is not a physical journey but an inner one. It is about moving beyond conditioned thought patterns that label and divide, entering a state of awareness that perceives the oneness behind all appearances. This shift may begin with intellectual curiosity, but becomes a journey of direct experience. Practices like self-inquiry, meditation, and contemplative reading can help dissolve the illusion of separation, leading to a state often described as self-realization or enlightenment. For many, the journey toward non-dual awareness begins with questions. Who am I beyond my labels and roles? What is my relationship to the world? This exploration is less about finding answers than it is about letting go of preconceived notions of self and other, revealing a natural state of interconnectedness that was always present but often unnoticed. Living in both worlds. Finding balance. One misconception about non-duality is that it requires rejecting the world or denying our humanity. However, non-dual teachers often emphasize that we can hold both perspectives, embracing the reality of daily life while recognizing the unity beneath it. Living in this way transforms our relationship with challenges and attachments, fostering a sense of equanimity and compassion. We may operate in a dualistic world, but with an awareness of unity, we experience life in a profoundly different way. When we begin to see ourselves as interconnected with all existence, we start to release the fears and desires that arise from a sense of separateness. Our relationships deepen as we understand that each interaction is a reflection of the self. Our sense of purpose shifts as we move from self-interest to the well-being of all. The invitation of non-duality. Exploring non-duality is not about choosing one philosophy over another. It's an invitation to broaden our perspective. Considering both duality and non-duality opens the mind to profound questions. Where do I end, and where does the world begin? Who am I, truly? This journey does not require that we abandon our human experience, but that we approach it with a new awareness, one that brings a sense of peace and purpose beyond the constant flux of opposites. Spiritual teachers like Ramana Maharshi, who advocated for self-inquiry through questions like, "Who am I?" and figures like Thoth, who offered ancient wisdom on the nature of the self, encourage us to look inward. Jesus, too, taught that the kingdom of God is within us, suggesting a unity that transcends religious divides. An invitation to self-discovery. The exploration of duality and non-duality invites us to transcend ordinary perceptions and to see life in its fullness. We are called not to reject either perspective, but to expand beyond them, experiencing the peace and wisdom of unity even as we navigate the beauty and complexity of separateness. This journey, marked by self-inquiry, meditation, and contemplation, leads us to insights that reveal the interconnectedness of all things. Would you be open to exploring this inner landscape further? Reflecting on these concepts, even in small ways, can lead to surprising depths, uncovering layers of awareness and understanding that bring us closer to experiencing the world as a harmonious whole. If this video stirred something in you, if you're curious about the deeper truths behind perception, identity, and the self, you're not alone. This channel is dedicated to seekers like you, those walking the inner path, questioning what is real, and moving from separation toward unity. If you're ready to explore the silence beyond the noise, the truth behind the form, subscribe now and join a growing community of truth seekers committed to awakening, self-inquiry, and inner peace. New content weekly on meditation, non-duality, Ramana Maharshi, and the direct path to self-realization. Hit subscribe, click the bell icon, and walk this journey with us. The path doesn't begin out there. It begins within.